Hey guys, Jason, Mike, the Escape Room Guys. We're back for another episode of Interview with the Escape Room Guys. We're here anymore. What town is this?
Lakewood.
Lakewood, Colorado, sorry. At Time to Escape, there's a sign on the wall I'm pointing to that you can't see. We're here with the owner, Ariana, and you guys know the drill. We're just going to get started. So can you tell us how long you've been open?
Yeah, we opened in October of 2017. So I guess almost 2 years, almost.
All right.
And tell us a little bit about the rooms that you have here.
Yeah, so right now we have 2 rooms. One of them is an escape from Vlad the Impaler's castle, and then the other one is a 1980s time travel themed room.
Nice.
So we just did the Escape from Vlad's castle, Burning Castle. So you'll see, you've probably seen the pre and post videos already. So, actually no, we didn't do the post video yet.
We'll
So no, this is coming from the future. Yeah.
Cool.
So what's your the philosophy you have for designing your rooms here?
So I was one of those people that played a lot of the escape the room games, like the point and click
The
flash
mobile games,
games.
yep.
Yeah, not even the mobile games. This was before
No.
mobile. This was like back in like 2005. So like the Crimson Room and all of those. So I try to keep the theme of what the escape the room games were like, which is just a lot about exploration and things that seem really normal end up playing into what you're actually using, and end up playing into the puzzles later on. So like you're saying things like clocks on the wall that would look normal, but then making them strange later on.
Okay, I can see that now that you said it.
Yeah.
So where do you come up with the inspiration for the actual themes that you're doing?
So it just depends. The Vlad room was actually supposed to be a love story. I don't know if you guys caught on to that. I know there's a lot of death in that room, but that came from Castlevania. So I was watching the anime and I was like really touched by the love story in that show. And I was like, all right, let's do it.
The Castlevania on Netflix?
Mm-hmm.
That was a really good show.
Yeah, I decided to open up an escape room and I was watching that. I was like, that's it. We're doing Vlad the Impaler. This is happening.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then,
I've seen them all. It was very well done.
Yeah,
Now
so
I've made
good.
the connection, so.
yeah. I think that answered your question.
Yeah, no, that's good. Are you planning on changing these rooms out? Any upcoming rooms you want to talk about?
Yeah. So we're working on room 3 right now. It's loosely based on Ideas in Annihilation. If you guys have seen that movie, the sci-fi.
Yeah.
I have heard
With
of it. I
Natalie
want to
Portman?
see it, but
Mhm.
Yeah.
So it's an indie flick. Like a lot of people haven't seen it, but the idea is that there's like a weird dimensional rift that opens up, and everything that goes into that rift gets altered in some way. So the goal of the room would be to reverse that in some way.
Sounds kind of cool, actually.
Yeah. I mean, I have an art background, so I used to do puzzle-based art, and now I try to do art-based puzzles. So I'm trying to get out of the heist, the bank robbery, escape from
All the
prison.
really common stuff like
Yeah.
spies and yeah, we see, and my personal favorite, outbreaks.
Yes. Zombies.
There's one of those in every place we go.
Yes, exactly.
So what makes doing a room here unique versus maybe other locations that are in the area?
So one of the things I think is unique is that I don't have like a puzzle background, I have an art background, so you'll see that in how I create the puzzles. It's more about hiding information in a unique way rather than just confounding you for the sake of just keeping you in the room for 15 minutes longer. And then the other thing is we try to do large format. So the room that you guys were just in was multiple rooms. And, the 80s room is actually almost twice the size.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Those
So
are big rooms
We
too. So.
try to make it good for bigger groups, but still doable if you have a smaller group.
So I'm trying to visualize what that space is going to look like, and it's enormous.
Just looking at some of the props that you can use after the room, I have a good idea, maybe 1 or 2 things that are in there, and that gets me a little excited.
Yeah. No outside knowledge needed though.
Okay, that's good.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Any promotions you have coming up, or?
So when the 3rd room comes out, we're probably gonna do some sort of party. I don't know. But other than that, I actually don't have any active promotions, but I am gonna have a discount code with you guys.
Awesome, thank you.
So that would be ERG, I think we said
5D.
5D for $5 off. So use that when booking your rooms here, and we'll take $5 off your ticket.
Yeah, it's hopefully gonna be per person too. I'm gonna see if I can make that happen.
Okay, great. We'll have that in there. So what advice do you have for maybe other owners who are trying to open an escape room, or people trying to design like themes for the rooms?
Yeah, there's kind of 2 things, because I think people come at it from either they don't have a bunch of money and they're going and trying to create something cool, and then you have people who have a ton of money and they're trying to create something cool as well. For those who have limited funds, I just recommend try to limit fragility as much as possible, even when you're trying to save money. Like even if you spend a little bit of extra money, you're going to spend 3 times as much on stuff that you thought you were saving money on at first, and people breaking it. And then if you are one of the people that has like $50,000 and you're doing it, just because a puzzle takes time doesn't make it a good puzzle.
Good advice. You've done many of those.
Yes.
for puzzles for the sake of puzzles for the sake of puzzles.
Yeah.
And you always end up not having a good time.
Just to make you sit in the room for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, I always tell people, like, your goal is to hide information. Your goal is not to just confuse people.
My personal favorite, and you all know this from previous interviews, what is the most ridiculous, stupid, awful thing that you have seen in your rooms or you have done in a room?
Oh, me doing in a room is the wrong one. I get angry so quickly. I start yelling at the game master, but that's why I don't go to that many rooms anymore. No, so the weirdest thing that ever happened when I first opened, people don't really know what escape rooms are in Lakewood, or they kind of do now. But there was a group that came in. It was a couple, and I think they thought it was a sex dungeon. They were all over each other in the lobby.
Was not expecting that.
I know, it was so bad. And then they got into the room and they kept going off camera, and they didn't make any attempts to solve any puzzles. They were just off camera. So eventually I had to stop them.
And you had to scour down a lot of the things.
Did you go in? We had a black light, so did you use the...
So that's one of those things. I'm like, I have a black light. I really need you guys not to
And a
do
little
this.
love seat in there too.
Yeah, I know. So I think people heard Vlad the Impaler and they thought something different. And that's what happened.
Didn't even cross my mind.
That's good.
Is there
Is
anything?
out of touch today? Like, what is this?
Yeah, I don't know.
The second bad reference I've missed.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about your location or about how you run your rooms?
I will say keep an eye on Denver. I think that there's going to be a lot more unique kind of pop-up art that's going to start happening that's maybe puzzle related. Something already happened recently with one of our local designers. He did like a pop-up immersive escape kind of thing in a different...
Cool.
It was completely off the wall and different. I think we're just trying to change the format a little bit. So just, like I said, keep an eye on us.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for having us out here. It was a great time, and this was another.
Be back soon.
Yeah.
Signing off from another episode of Interview with the Escape Room Guys.
See you.
See you later.